Again, this is Geometry, Unit 4, Section 4.2/3, Proving Triangles Are Congruent, Video 4 of 4. Going to do two more proofs on proving two triangles are congruent. Remember, every proof starts with the given, so I rewrote the given. And let's highlight that on the drawing. Segment XY is parallel to segment VZ. So that's what these arrows represent. And when you see that, by the way, you should think parallel. What is true when I have parallel lines? There's lots of stuff. Corresponding angles are congruent. Same side interiors are supplementary. Alternate interiors are congruent. That's the one we're probably going to use down the road and on this proof as well. But when you see givens, think, what does that tell me? What is true about parallel lines? How can I use that to prove something's true? And then secondly, they tell us segment XY is congruent to segment VZ. So what we currently have is one pair of segments in these two triangles congruent. In the end, remember, we want to show these two triangles are congruent. So to do that, we have to satisfy one of those four ways for proving triangles are congruent. And I will not repeat them. You can go back and watch them in the last video, but there's four different ways to prove the triangles are congruent. If we can show one of those are true, we can say the triangles are congruent. So first things I see inside of the drawing, whenever we have two triangles meeting at a point and there's that X looking figure in the middle, it's pretty much a certainty that you're going to have angles, pairs of angles that are congruent. So I could say angle XWY is congruent to angle VWZ, and those are vertical angles, therefore vertical angles are congruent. So vertical angles congruent. Part 4, again, they gave us parallel lines for a reason, so let's use those parallel lines. I have parallel lines being cut by a transversal, so notice how I have alternate interior angles between these two angles that I've just marked. So angle XYW is congruent to angle VZW. VZW, and why is that true? Because parallel lines implies that alternate interior angles are congruent. So you could say AIAs are congruent. You could say alternate interior angle theorem. Parallel lines gives you alternate interior angles congruent. However you want to say that, I'm going to say alternate interior angles are congruent. So what I have is a pair of sides, pair of angles, and another pair of angles. Notice how the side is not included, it falls outside. So I can now say that these two triangles are congruent. Triangle XYW is congruent to triangle VZW through angle, angle, side, because I proved these three ideas to be congruent, therefore I can say the triangles are congruent. Now, hopefully you're recognizing that whenever you have two pairs of angles, there's always multiple ways to do this proof. So let's say you didn't catch the vertical angles in there. You didn't see that they were congruent. You didn't even recognize them, so I'll get rid of them in the middle here. But you're really good at seeing parallel lines being cut by transversals. So if I'm cutting this transversal through those parallel lines, hopefully you see that these two pairs of angles are also alternate interior angles, and they are congruent. So angle W, all my points are getting covered up. I can't see the names of all my figures here. So W XY is congruent to angle WVZ. Again, those are alternate interior angles. They're congruent. So then I could say that these two triangles are congruent through angle, and then I have the side on the middle. We're doing a different proof here. I'll get rid of that. And then a second angle, and the side now is included. So now I could say these triangles are congruent through angle, side, angle. So really what I was showing there was there's two different ways to do the proof, and neither one is better than the other. Just recognize that whenever you can use angle, side, angle, you can use side, angle, side. Okay, on this last video, I have started the proof for you. I drew out the givens, so I drew given 1, given 2. I labeled them as given, waiting for my picture to pop up here in my whiteboard. And what I want you folks to do is I want you to go through this last proof, see if you can prove the two triangles are congruent. Seek out inside of that drawing anything that's true, pairs of sides, pairs of angles, and try to prove the two triangles are congruent by satisfying side, 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 angle, side, angle, side, angle, or angle, angle, side. And a huge hint for you, this segment is segment BC, as long as it lets me draw in here. Segment BC, it's not going to let me draw. So segment BC, guess what? It's congruent to itself. You're going to want to use that inside of your proof. Good luck.